Welcome, everybody, to the Assuminati podcast.
Whoopee!
What's up, beautiful people? Bobby,
Merry Christmas,
Brandon.
Tis the season. Hey, I'm Brandon.
Be jolly, fa la 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 la.
There we go, and that is Buffalo Bobby. We're calling him now. Take a look at the new digs.
Yeah, that's Harold back there.
Tatanka.
He has a name. I'm a man in the upper left-hand corner, Matt, as always.
Hey.
Tis the season. We are here to talk about cinema, movies, Christmas movies to be exact, or holiday movies. We'll call them holiday movies because maybe it'll include a category outside of Christmas, but that's typically what we'll target in this episode. We're going to be talking about some different categories. We'll tackle the ins and outs of our picks. We'll give our opinions. Maybe we'll start a snowball fight. I don't know.
Let's do that.
There's no snow.
There's no
here.
snow.
Zero snow. Last week in
It
Michigan,
was like summer today.
It did snow on me back then, but yeah, you're right. We have snow in the mountains, but nothing down here, which is kind of how I like it. Merry Christmas to me.
Snow
So,
good.
Snow good.
It's no good.
You slay me with your puns, sir. You slay me.
It was kind of cold.
Okay. But wait, there's more. Let's talk movie categories. We're going to start with the Christmas movie category of the movie that we feel is the most underrated, the most underappreciated movie in the category in our humble opinions. We're going to start with Buffalo Bobby.
Hey.
What's your
Bobby.
pick for underrated? What's a movie you think deserves more love?
Well, this is a movie I've watched probably every year my entire life since either it came out or I realized it had come out, and it's A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Hey!
So I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's pretty popular and it's awesome, but
That's a good
I
choice.
don't hear enough people talking about it. But one of my favorite things about it is the Muppets are just brilliant. Like they're funny, and the rats working in Scrooge's office, like they make me laugh every single time I watch it. When they're asking for coal to heat up the fire, and Scrooge comes on strong, and they're like,
Heat
it's a
wave.
heat wave.
This
Yeah,
is my island
so-
in the sun. This is the island.
Yeah, so I've made my kids watch it every year, and they actually pretty much like it.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I think everyone should make a tradition to watch A Muppet Christmas Carol at least once or twice.
I've been trying to brainwash my kids with that one since the beginning. That's in my top 5 actually of Christmas movies. I love the Muppet Christmas Carol. I'm with you,
Yeah,
man.
good choice.
Good choice.
Good choice. Sure.
All right, well, let's throw it over to Matt. What's your pick, sir, for an underrated Christmas movie?
Yeah, mine is an animated feature, the Polar Express. I'm going to go with the Polar
Really?
Express.
Oh, that is
Okay.
a good one. I
Okay.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I think this one is underrated because first of all, it's animated. I think people kind of throw those ones a little bit to the side sometimes. And I feel like the music writing and the animation in it and the message and everything just gives me the Christmas feel goods. So I'm going to say Polar Express is my number one underrated, needs a little bit more love movie for Christmas.
I will watch it. We read the book every year with our
Hey,
kids.
good book. Yeah.
But maybe I'll save my luscious voice from reading and just turn on the movie.
Yeah, the movie's good. I'm not the biggest Tom Hanks fan these days. Just I don't know, but I feel like that one is a good movie, just an all around good show, and it's kind of a tradition for us now. So
And if I remember correctly, he did the CGI acting for all of the parts in the movie. Am I wrong?
something like that. I know he's responsible for a lot of it, if not
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Obviously, the voices are different, but I feel like he had a huge role, bigger than people think, in that movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. He produced it. I think he wrote some of the music too.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, after he was in Castaway, he didn't have any friends. So
That's
You
right.
do it all
He had all
yourself.
that time to come up with songs on the island.
Had it. Man.
Yep. Him and Wilson.
Wills.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, good pick. Okay. So you feel like it needs a little bit more love.
Absolutely.
Right on. Okay, my pick is from the 1980s.
Good year.
That was a great decade for Christmas movies, by the way.
Absolutely.
I'm going to rattle off a list here. We had Christmas Story, Trading Places, Scrooged, Christmas Vacation, Gremlins, Die Hard, Ernest Saves Christmas. That was a great decade for Christmas. Know what I mean, Vern? So my pick, it's actually on that list. I picked Scrooged. Now, it's popular amongst a certain generation. I think the younger generation, I don't know if they know this movie, Scrooged. I don't think they've watched it. I don't hear anybody quoting it except for my parents and maybe older. I love that movie so much. It is so clever. Bill Murray gets me every single time. The acting in that movie is epic. The script obviously is a play off of an old Charles Dickens play, of course, but the way they twist it is just so funny. It makes me giggle every time I watch it. And I need to hear more people talk about it. What do you guys think of Scrooge?
Bill Murray's a legend. He's a legend for sure.
It's been a few years since I've seen it, so I will dust it off of my Netflix collection.
It's so good. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah,
if it's on Netflix.
Got to watch it every year, and I don't think the younger generation knows about it. I think we need to spread the gospel of Scrooged. So just throwing that out there.
Good choice. Good choices, guys.
Very good.
Got to put it on that TikTok.
Yeah. What TikTok? What is that? You say my breath smink? Yeah. What is this Tic Tac? Okay.
Orange flavor.
Oh, those are good. I can eat a whole
cinnamon or orange.
I like the orange ones for sure.
They slay me.
I'll just swallow it whole.
Cool. Okay. Well, that is it for underrated. Let's talk, and maybe we'll start yelling here in a minute. Overrated. Let's talk overrated Christmas movies, stories.
All right. Well, sometimes you can just overdo a good thing. So the Santa Claus, the first one's one of my favorite movies of all time. But number 2 and number 3 are not great. And it just continued to go downhill. So I watched the Santa Claus one every single year.
You think this is overrated? You think they're getting too much love?
Number 2 and number 3, it's on every one of my recommendations to watch.
You're right. It is everywhere.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that's because everyone's watching it. But the one where they have the toy Santa, like, it's just so fake.
Yeah.
And then the third one with Jack Frost, like, the acting is just so corny. And the therapist dude, like, he's completely different from Santa Claus 1, where he's Mr. Serious, whatever. And he's just like a giddy schoolgirl in number 2 and number 3. So yeah, I don't want to see him on my recommendations anymore.
Okay.
There's a lot of hate behind that.
There's quite a few of them. And Tim Allen, I think he's one of my top 5 actors of all time. I mean, he does it for me as well, up there with Bill Murray. Yeah, the sequels are
just stop when you're ahead.
Straight to video, right? It's one of those.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they even
granted, yes, I have watched 2 and 3 this year already. But
okay.
It
doesn't necessarily mean you hate them, but let's chill out on them a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, do you have a pick? Those were good. Those were good, Bobby.
Mine is going to be something that gets me in trouble with probably most of the audience and probably both of you. But I don't like it. It's annoying. Every year I have to endure it, and the quotes and everything on social media. It's annoying. It's called A Christmas Story.
Oh, okay. You stole my pick.
What? Oh, good. I'm glad we're on the same page. I freaking hate that show.
I can't.
And it's every Christmas. It's
I can't do
stupid lamps everywhere. Everybody puts out for decorations, all that stuff. It's annoying. It's obnoxious. It has been since it came out forever ago. But every year it seems like we have to endure this stupid thing, over and over again.
I get through about halfway. I do love the lamp scene. I think that's hilarious. But everything else about it, I think, is just overplayed. It's a clever movie for the time it came out, and I'm with you, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had the guts to step up and
I know I
down
made
the
a lot
middle.
of enemies. I
You
know
did.
there's people that are watching this because it's polarizing. People really either like it or they don't like it. And I just am in the don't like it camp for sure.
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's not something that drives me to watch it every year.
It's a little overplayed.
Right, for sure.
Some
Yeah,
people,
although the leg lamp, I would love one of those.
that's clever.
in my
Yeah, I think
window.
it's a fun scene. It's a prestigious award or whatever he said. Yeah, it's funny. I could picture one of my family members saying that. Yeah, it's just again, I think for its time, it was a great movie, and I don't know how it became the Christmas tradition on TNT or whatever channel plays it nonstop.
Yeah, they just repeat it for like. At what point is it like people just keep watching it? So it's like, yeah, we can just keep playing it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. Numbers don't lie. I guess.
Put that on repeat. They haven't had to be creative in 30 years.
Well done.
That's true.
All right, Matt. So I mean, you're going to start a war with this pick. I also had it on my list. When you say overrated, does that mean you hate it, or just people need to chill out a little bit on it?
I think people need to chill out.
Okay,
that's it. I can watch the movie, and I do from time to time, but it's just I feel like it's just gets way too much love.
Got it.
And it's on every station. They do marathons of the stupid show, and it's like on and on and on.
That's what this category is for. Is just people need to chill out on it. Got it.
It's too much.
Well, and once you've watched it once for the holidays, that is plenty.
You don't need a 40. I think it's up to a 48-hour marathon now. You don't need that in your life.
Nope. I don't need the marathon.
Oh boy.
Although it does encourage me to either change the channel or get off the couch.
Okay. Yes, but it does encourage some movement. So there are positive aspects, right? Mm-hmm.
If they don't want me to watch their channel, then they will play it for 48 hours straight.
Yeah, it was always TNT or TBS, and then the other channel did like a Star Wars marathon growing up, which was the one I would watch. I would record it onto a VHS tape so I could have it. Okay, good pick. You ready for mine?
Let's do it.
Since you took that one, I'm gonna pivot. Oh, Matt, you're gonna hate me on this one. My pick is the Polar Express.
What?
I think people need to chill out on the Polar Express. All right. So first of all, yeah, Tom Hanks. So a little too much Tom Hanks for me. A little too much.
Oh, you're such a hater.
Little bit too much Tom Hanks. And the CGI in that movie did not age well. It's creepy when you watch it now. For me, it creeps me out. I think it creeps my daughter out a little bit. She loves the story, and the plot to Polar Express is amazing. The book is amazing, right? I think Robert mentioned that earlier.
Music's good too.
Music's good. I just think it's a little too emotional. The CGI, the computer animated stuff going on, to me, it takes the emotion out of the kids, and it just makes it creepy. I think
you're creepy.
I leave the room when it comes on. I let my kids enjoy it. I don't hate on it in front of them. I just think it's creepy. I don't watch it. I'm sorry, Matt.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Yeah, I do prefer the book.
I don't hate it. I do love the story. The story itself is amazing. I believe the Polar Express itself is based on a train from my home state of Michigan. So I might just be spitting fake news on that, but I'm pretty sure that's where the legend came from.
I think that's wrong. It's a train that goes to the North Pole.
Yeah, I got it. I believe they wrote it though, based on...
No, it literally goes to the North Pole. I've been on it.
Duh.
I've ridden the train to the North Pole. Santa came on. He gave me a bell. It's on my tree in the other room.
Okay.
Yeah, it's autobiographical for Robert. I think that's his childhood.
I've struck a chord here. My apologies. It's just
Robert's the really annoying know-it-all. Robert's a really annoying know-it-all kid in the Polar Express. That's where that character
actually.
Actually, it is not in Michigan. It goes to the North Pole.
I know. I'm just saying the book was written based on.
And it picked me up in front of my house. I went out there in my pajamas.
As long as you believe, Robert.
Yeah.
And Santa left a little bell for you to remember.
And if that bell ever stops ringing, I know I've done something wrong.
See, Brandon can't hear the ringing. That's why he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
stopped a long time ago.
Stop ringing for Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's my pick for overrated. We picked some pretty popular movies there, so sorry,
Yeah.
not sorry, not sorry. It's not that we hate them. We just think people need to relax just a little bit on those picks, in our opinions. So let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on to a category. I've been looking forward to this. Is it a Christmas movie? Is the next category. So for your pick, you're going to tell us, you're going to give your presentation, your pick. This is the movie I'm picking. And then you're going to tell us, yes, it is a Christmas movie. No, it's not. And the reasons why. So Bobby, do you have a pick for us? Okay.
I do. So this movie is set, and the narrative is all about a grandmother that's telling her grandchild why it always snows on Christmas. Do you guys know where I'm going with this?
No.
So you had no clue.
Nope.
Have you ever seen the movie Edward Scissorhands?
Oh,
Not 30 years or something.
okay. So
it's been a while.
So your pick is Edward Scissorhands, and what is your argument, sir?
This is not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
It is a weird, maybe Halloween movie. It's good. Tim Burton does some interesting movies. They're all very kind of Halloween-like, but this one is all about telling the story of why it snows on Christmas. So I don't think it's a Christmas movie. I never felt like it was a Christmas movie watching it, but the whole thing is set around talking about why it snows on Christmas. So I guess, it's probably a Christmas movie.
It makes every Christmas movie list online when I was doing research. Robert, you stole my pick, sir. That was mine as well. And my argument is no, it is not a Christmas movie. What are you people thinking? But it's on.
I don't think it is.
It's on every list I saw. The top 40 Christmas movies of all time. It was in the top 40 of every single one of these websites, and that angered me. I wasn't with it.
Yeah.
Good pick, man. Good pick. I agree. It's a touchy-feeling movie, but no, it's not a Christmas movie. I'm with you.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies every time I see it. Like I just feel like I'm gonna get cut or something.
Yeah, but it's an iconic movie, right? It's still a great movie, in my opinion. It's just not Christmas. All right. Golly. Well, I've got to come up with a different pick. Good thing Matt's next. Matt, what's your pick for is it a Christmas movie?
I'm going with the easiest one. Die Hard.
Okay. And
I feel like it's a Christmas movie, but
people
argue.
So you're saying yes.
People argue against. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Oh, there are obvious reasons. I mean, I really shouldn't have to argue this, but it's been argued over and over and over again. But the whole premise of the movie is a Christmas party, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what's happening. And so to me, that's one of those movies that you just have to watch around Christmas to kind of even feel the Christmas spirit. When what's his name gets tossed off of Nagatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
That's when Christmas officially
for you.
Yeah, that's when Christmas officially starts for me.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'm all about Die Hard, though. I feel like and people always argue against that movie for some reason being a Christmas movie.
I think it is,
man. Why?
I think it is. There's decorations throughout the movie. One of the main purposes is to get through all of this danger so he can actually spend time with his children.
Yeah, you get that workload done.
Man.
Yeah.
Take
I like to see Bruce Willis too.
Bruce Willis.
It is a good movie. It's
Bruce.
not on my Christmas watch list, but I would watch it any time of the year.
Yeah.
Well, you chose mine. Thank you, Robert, for choosing mine. And then Matt, Die Hard is at the very top of my list for yes, it is a Christmas movie. I will argue with you.
You got to go first next time.
Right? That's fine. I'll pivot to my other pick. I'm going to throw Gremlins out here. So my pick, 1984's Gremlins, mid-'80s. It is not a Christmas movie, people. It's not. It again, when I was doing research, it made the top 40 on all of these websites as far as the best Christmas movies of all time. It's not a Christmas movie. I know they use the plot or the theory of Christmas throughout the movie, like when the gremlins go door to door caroling, or the Christmas tree attack, the part that really scarred me as a child. So yes, they use Christmas elements throughout the movie to benefit the plot, but it's not a Christmas movie. It just happened to be during the holidays. I
agree.
Time.
Agreed.
It's a horror movie. It's better watched in October than December. So that's my argument.
Yeah,
100%
well,
agreed.
to add the movies that are better in October than November, December.
I think that's a good test. Christmas. That's a good test. Is what month would you prefer to watch it? And I'm with you on that one as well. That's another very hot topic, very, very heated argument.
I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas on Halloween.
Nice. Now that's a versatile movie. It can be watched October, November, December, in my opinion. So
yeah.
But you're right. I think it leans more spooky. So okay. Well, that was a fun category. Is it a Christmas movie? Yes or no? I agree with all of your picks. We're good so far. Let's move on to a nostalgic Christmas movie from your childhood. What's a movie that, man, if you're flipping channels and you see it, it just takes you back? Or maybe you target it.
I will watch this movie anytime, anywhere. I will stop anything I'm doing to watch this. And it's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's your nostalgic childhood pick.
By far,
my
favorite movie. Right. My family watched it every single year. We quote it. My favorites. Full. And I can just laugh about that movie nonstop. Why is the carpet wet? So great movie.
Oh, the cat under the chair. So many scenes.
The wrapped up Jello, the turkey that is cooked. I don't even know how you cook a turkey to get it to do what it did on that movie.
Oh
man. I know we put it in too early.
The lights, just everything.
Yeah, such a good movie. So I'll watch that anytime. In fact, I've probably watched it 3 times already this season.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Beautiful. Oh, the Griswolds and all of their adventures. Love it. Mm-hmm. Great pick. Nostalgic. Okay, so that takes you back.
And to the present.
Okay. That's awesome. Matt, what you got?
I'm going to go even older than National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and go White Christmas.
Really?
That's the one. That's what takes me all the way back to my childhood.
Explain.
Just when I was a kid, that was always on every year. We had kind of the dumb ones that came out. It was always like Charlie Brown Christmas stuff and the old school animated ones, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and all that stuff. But the one that always meant something was White Christmas. As soon as you heard, Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye and those guys in that movie, that's just it brought in the whole. It's really Christmas time right now, and that can celebrate.
That bread, I believe it's considered the most successful or most played Christmas song of all time from Bing Crosby. So
could be.
It's iconic.
I don't know. I didn't do any research on that. I should have probably, but
no, we're doing a Christmas music episode next week. Maybe we'll bring it up again. So good deal.
Excellent music, excellent show. Just a classic. Can't beat it. That's my nostalgic pick.
1950s when you were that was your childhood, right? That's good.
Oh yeah. I was alive when they made that movie.
40s. Good. Yeah, just checking.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
What?
It's up there with It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh man, yeah, you should watch that, Robert.
Maybe Miracle on 34th Street.
That's my challenge to you this year.
Yeah,
there's some classics.
I'll look it up.
Nostalgic pick, Locked and Loaded, White Christmas, good pick. Mm-hmm. My nostalgic pick, the one that takes me back, and I love the fact that my kids love it. Home Alone.
It's a good one.
I just
Good.
I love 1 and 2. I go back and forth on which one's my favorite. It changes every year. Can't beat the original though. It's just I grew up not too far from there, so I felt really connected as far as geographically. The kid, Macaulay Culkin, come on, he was a child star. And then
Did you know that the Home Alone house is up for a vacation rental?
It made some recent headlines in the Airbnb world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. $27 a night, I think is what I read, or $25 a night.
Yeah, it's just a matter of
it went
really
quick.
Yeah, they're not looking to make a ton of money. They just want
It's
people to experience it. Yeah.
Well, and it's to promote something on the Disney Channel, I think, or Disney Plus.
Yeah, they got the new Home Alone 3 or 4 out.
No,
what
3 and 4 came out a while. So
5, I think it was the 5th one that just came out.
So there's several Home Alones. There's some I didn't even know about.
Right.
It's number 6 that just recently came out.
Anyway, kids, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And that's what Home Alone did for me back in the day. Loved it.
Sure.
Loved every minute. Still love it. Still think it's a top 5 Christmas movie. Okay. Nostalgic picks. Love it. Any runners up that you needed to mention, or should we move on to the final category?
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move it
Okay.
along.
Final category is the main event. What is your current all-time fave Christmas movie? The one that you have to watch every year. The Christmas season is not complete without this movie. Robert, lead us off.
You just talked about it, but I'm going to mention it anyway. But Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, I watch them every single year. I love them. They never get old for me. So not much more to be said other than they're just awesome movies.
Now on Netflix, there is a series called The Movies That Made Us, and they did an episode on Home Alone. Everybody should go watch that episode.
Yeah.
It's really interesting how they made the sets, where they filmed it, the people involved.
They had to take it down and reassemble it. Yeah, it's pretty.
Everybody go watch
stuff.
that. That's an amazing series in general. They hit on all of my childhood favorites, but that's one of them. They really break down how Home Alone happened and some of the ins and outs of it.
Yeah,
good pick, Robert.
Stuff.
Great pick.
Yeah,
Matt.
Yeah, so mine's going to be, and we've talked about this before, so it's not going to be a surprise, I don't think, but it's called Christmas with the Cranks.
Wow,
it's
you're picking that as that's your all-time? That is your all-time favorite. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's become a Parker family tradition. So we don't consider it really Christmas time until we watch Christmas with the Cranks. So once that movie comes on, that's kind of the launch all for us for Christmas. So
that's awesome.
Hey,
that's our go-to.
I remember watching it.
It's a great one.
I remember watching it when it first came out, and then I forgot about it until Matt mentioned it a few years ago, and now I need to watch it every year as well. I'm
it's a go-to for
huge
sure.
Tim Allen fan.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Aykroyd, come on, so funny.
Yep.
It's one of those classic Chicago
Nora, give us Frosty.
And nobody gets hurt. Jamie Lee Curtis at her peak, in my opinion. I think she's really she does really well in that movie. So.
Yeah, Riley actually wants to convince all of our neighbors to buy a Frosty so that we have
start
the neighborhood Frosties every year.
Love it.
Yeah.
So the one thing about that movie, though, is it intrigues me, the canned ham. I've never had one, but every time I watch it, I'm like, I should go pick one of those up to see what it's talking about.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
That's great.
Christmas with
Good
Cranks.
stuff for sure.
That's such a good one. Okay, ready for mine?
Let's hear it.
Let's do it.
I'm my favorite holiday I've already established is Thanksgiving. So anything before Thanksgiving is off limits for me. I am resting Grinch face year round until after Thanksgiving. Then you can watch Christmas movies. You can listen to holiday music. But this movie is something I will watch year round, regardless of the time. And it's Elf.
Elf is a good pick.
Elf.
I do like Elf.
I'm not a super fan of Will Ferrell. I personally think he's funny.
He's funny. And that's a great show.
Funny.
Elf is so well done. It's clever. I laugh at different things every year. I love the casting. I think they cast the cast is perfect for the movie. Then that's another one they tackle on the Movies That Made Us series on Netflix. It's really interesting to find out the ins and outs of how it almost didn't get made / did get made, how they made it happen. I think it's funny. I think it's great, and I watch it year round every chance I get.
Good choice.
Love the fact that my kid loves it. Yeah, I just love that movie with all of my cotton-headed mini muggins heart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm just surprised Matt didn't bring up all the Hallmark movies. I know he watches them.
So Hallmark,
Absolutely.
Let's at least mention Hallmark. I don't think I can name one. Can you guys?
Just, I can tell you the story of basically all of them.
The same plot over and over, right?
Oh, it's the same plot.
Here, let's look at some stats on Hallmark. I think they need to be mentioned.
Yeah. Somebody's moving back home. There's always some Christmas party or something that's happening in the town. Somebody in the town is on the committee, and they're recruiting somebody that came back home to help out during this time, and then they fall in love with the other person, and that's it. That's
So
the
here's
same
some
story.
Pulls at my heartstrings.
Here's one of the stats for Hallmark Christmas movies. So this year alone, Hallmark will air 41 brand new Christmas movies just for 2021. How are they pulling that off? 41 brand new.
There was one that was filmed just here in Kaysville over the summer.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, right on Main Street. They used this older looking home, and they put fake snow and everything out there, and did this all summer.
Wow.
It's just a
gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, Michelle loves it though.
That's unreal.
That's like almost as good as the jelly of the month.
The jelly of
Clark
the month
that keeps on giving, Clark.
There you go, Clark. Thanks, Eddie. So some of the counts I'm seeing, they're kind of older counts. As of 2017, there were over 140 Hallmark Christmas movies. So since
they're really looking to amp it up if they got 41 new ones this
they're
year.
Cranking out 20 to 30, and then this year 40 brand new movies. So that number
there's got to be more than that. There's got to be more than
it's
that.
over 200 by now. There's over 200 Hallmark Christmas movies out there. Original Hallmark Christmas movies. That's something.
Well, it doesn't take much to write them because they're just reusing the same script, changing some names and places.
But people know it, right? It's not like not like it's a mystery. So
I think so when I talk to Michelle, that's the reason she loves these, is because they're mindless. You can just kind of sit in front of it. It's clean. You're not going to have to think about anything. You just kind of veg out to these movies or whatever. And that's what she likes about them.
All right. Well, today we talked about some of our favorite movies of all time, some overrated, some underrated, most nostalgic, things that, some people might think are a Christmas movie, but we don't. And so anyways, this is a great time to get out, watch some movies with your kids or without, get the holiday spirit going in your life. So thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell us what you like, anything you'd like to hear in the future, we'll consider it. But thanks for listening to the Assuminati podcast.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great day.
Woo! Bye.
Now, if anything, I think it would be a good movie to say, why you should treat everyone, because everyone has their unique contributions to society.
Nice.
Did you just go dark? Power go out?
Installed smart switches in my house. And so all the lights time out, but this room doesn't time out. But I set a thing that I just realized that at 10:30, if any lights are on in the house, it shuts them off.
Oh, wow. White Christmas will throw some
surprised
images up
that
here.
Nobody came up with It's a Wonderful Life is overrated.
Well,
overrated?
It's kind of a classic, sir.
It is crazy. Classic, but
so are the ones we mentioned, but yeah, okay. I love Jimmy Stewart too much to throw it into that category. Mary, what do you want, Mary? The moon? Throw a lasso around it and get it for. Yeah, just. Oh,
I
love
just really don't enjoy it. But my wife the other day is like, we should totally watch that.
You just have too much hate in your heart, Robert. You gotta get rid of that.
Wow.
So much hate in my heart.
You gotta watch It's a Wonderful Life.
You ever wonder what the world would be like without you? I mean, that's a great plot, right? I think we've all had
It would be a better place, I'm sure. Much less cynical.
Oh gosh.
Right on.
That's why you need to watch the show. Then you wouldn't have that opinion.